let's do it. Oh wait, I'm turning my ringer off.
Ooh, I see me.
Hello. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Dissect That Film, where we dissect your favorite films, film franchises, and TV. Today, we're back doing our end of month live stream. We haven't done one since I think June. It's been quite a while, and people seem to like it, especially after we uploaded it to the podcast services. So I figured,
why?
I don't know, but what our last live show is like one of our top downloaded shows. So I don't know. So I guess people like listening to us just ramble on. But I was like, well, isn't that just what we do every single show?
Yeah.
We just let Parker do it and just gaze in amazement.
Oh, my heart.
Oh no, it's flattering comment. I'm building you up.
I know.
That's
That's what I said. My heart. Thank
Oh,
you.
I thought you got like shot in the heart. This isn't like
It's like heart attack.
This isn't a Bon Jovi thing.
Oh no. Oh boy. Well, if you don't know, I am your host, Brett Parker. Joining me as always, the wonderful Dan and Angela of DNA Gaming. If you're here, you know who we are. Well, we still got to do our normal introduction. One of these days, Dan, you're just gonna knock her out with that elbow. You're just gonna.
I'm prepared for
I already told you the same thing happened. Just keep the film. Just keep recording. Do not edit this out. I love you, but the people want entertainment.
I don't think they want violence, though.
No, we don't want
the
violence.
If you look at the charts, demographics say otherwise. Why do you think people watch the news? They only watch the news when bad stuff happens. That's the only reason they give a shit.
I hate the news because of the fact that it's always bad stuff on there.
That's because that's all they cover, because that's what brings the most views. That's shit, but that's true.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I was terrified. I updated OBS before we started, and I was like, oh boy, this could go one of two ways. Either it's going to go perfectly smooth, which it ended up being, or it could just be an absolute shit show and everything gets fucked. All the audio, just everything.
Just straight tits up, right?
Oh, Lord. Oh, that's just, I mean, that's why I never download updates for OBS right when they come out, because they always have issues. So I always wait until like 1 to 2 weeks later. I think this one was like a month. I was like, it's got to be good now, right?
Oh, absolutely. I had to retweet. I'm sorry. Like I figured you posted something, so I was like,
fucking
must let the people know.
It was like the most generic tweet. I just took a picture of the live stream thing on my OBS and just posted it. Whatever.
This is the kind of effort I'm putting out today.
It's
more than I do.
It's more than I do. Like, there's no order here. There's no.
Like I've been like you. I told you guys 2 days ago. You better show the fuck up.
Oh damn! We're threatening people now.
No, I'm just saying it's
download the show and come to our live show. Oh, so like I said before, we haven't done this in a while, and this is one of these things that we do where we, at the end of the month, we kind of reminisce about the month. We talk about the shows that we've done. You know, we go over, how well the show is doing performance-wise, which is we always like to pat ourselves on the back and thank everybody who downloads our show, because every time I check the numbers, I'm just like, why? Why do you keep doing this, people? Why do you keep doing this? But I thank you from the bottom of my heart every single day. I just am so happy that people enjoy our show. I was literally just told by Dustin, just messaged me from Flicks, our buddy over at Flicks and Friends podcast. He just told me he listened to the newest episode 3 times today.
Really?
But like, damn, I don't know if I've ever listened to the same podcast episode more than once. I listen to too many podcasts to begin with, so it's like
that's fair.
But the fact that you listen to one episode 3 times, like, thank you.
Doing better than me. I don't think I've listened to ours at all.
That's fair. I will admit that I am
Angela,
very.
You're here. You record it.
I know what's being said.
I don't ask that we need to listen to. I listen to it because I'm just a weirdo like that. I like to listen to our conversation, back, because sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's hazy on what we say. Like, a lot of people can remember like full conversation. Like, yeah, remember back in episode 51 when we were talking about this movie and this exact moment? I was like, not really.
Well, at least
you can't remember conversations from 20 minutes
That's
ago.
true. We got to knock on the door. It's like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood around here. I swear.
Friends.
This is it, everybody. This is what our live shows consist of. It's just us. We're just hanging out. We're just hanging out. For everybody who is here, we appreciate you. For everybody who is listening to us later on through whatever podcast service you listen to us on, or even if you're watching this on YouTube right now, thank you so much. We appreciate you very much. We all know that live streams aren't the most, like, a lot of people don't know much about Twitch, and to be honest, I'm actually looking into doing our next one. Either doing our next one, which would be, we're going to try to do a November one. We're going to try to be consistent and do one every month. But if not, we're going to try to do our next one on YouTube to try to keep, try to grow, hopefully can grow the YouTube. I'd like to get away from using Twitch. I'm not a big fan of Twitch, but it was just too much work to try to figure out the whole YouTube thing today. So I'm gonna aim for the next live stream to be on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, which is what I care more about than our Twitch channel. But for anybody who comes in live and watches us here on Twitch, we appreciate you. You can still drop a follow. We are, I will still use the Twitch page if I have to. Dan's got the most ridiculous smirk on his face right now.
I'm like, I want to say something. And I'm like,
then say something.
No, I don't want to, because they might be like, oh, God, don't say that.
Yeah.
Please refrain. I'll be good for now. I want to wait till there's at least 4 people in here. Make it worthwhile.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's fair, though, because, like, I don't...
What's the reaction?
Pretty much.
That's all.
Twitch, I don't blame you, dude. I don't give... Like, I don't even... Like, I haven't told Angela I'm on a break from streaming. I just don't do shit anymore. Like, I'm just so burned out from it. She still does. Just not me.
No, that's cool. I mean, I stopped streaming... It's got to be pushing a year, maybe. It's been a long time. Like I did it once in a while, but I just never, the consistency went away because when I started the show, that was what I was passionate about. Like this is my passion right now. I could care less about streaming. Like I was like, oh, God of War Ragnarok comes out on Wednesday. Maybe I'll get back on the streaming game and play that. I was like, nah. I want to just sit on my couch and enjoy it on a nice 65-inch TV in my living room, just playing on my brand new PS5, baby.
Exactly. Well, to say that was the thing. Like Wednesdays at night, I'd usually stream, which is usually a pretty slow night. And I don't mean this anything bad towards our regular viewers, because we have a group of people that's consistently in there, and we do appreciate them. But like, if I'm just gonna go in there and there's gonna be like a person or two and nobody's gonna interact, I'd rather just be sitting at my fucking couch and doing it. No offense.
No, I mean,
no offense.
It's understandable, and it's exactly. And it's gives no offense to the couple of people. No, not the droopy dick. All right.
Damn it, I can't do Droopy the dog. I was gonna do it. I'm like, this isn't gonna work.
Let's talk about some amazing things. A lot of amazing things have happened to this channel, to this show. We're a show, not a channel. In the past 4 months. And so we started back in April of 2021. We became Dissect That Film officially in September of 2021. We are pushing 8,000 downloads on the show. We're about to hit 7,500, so which is just blows my mind.
It's not what it blows on me.
Behave.
We're live. We can make it have anything happen.
Yeah. And the last, I would say from July to October, it's been insane with our numbers. Actually, to be honest, starting back in May, starting to kind of creep up and actually get more consistent downloads per episode. We hit September is our biggest month ever. October, we tried to get there, but October we couldn't quite get up to that spot. But you know what? We still hit a number which still blows my mind. So we appreciate everybody who literally downloads the show and listens to us and watches us on YouTube. It's unreal, the things that I'm seeing. I feel like I'm not doing a lot, but clearly you guys are enjoying what we're doing. So, and we appreciate you.
Maybe it's because everybody went back to school in September. And they're like, all right, well, I got work to do. Like, I'm assuming, I don't know what our demographic is. I'm assuming it's like 18 plus. So like people who are in college, like, I got a paper to do. I'm just going to turn podcasts on.
That could be it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of a legitimate reason instead of the most usual bullshit that I spout out. So,
all I know is that 45% of people who listen to our show listen to us on Apple Podcasts. Okay?
I'm so sorry.
That's a lot.
It is.
And you can rate and review our show over on Apple Podcasts. And there's only 6 reviews on our Apple Podcast page. If you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, go over there and leave us a beautiful review. Or you just, if you think we suck, leave us a shitty review. I don't want that, but if that's how you feel, I'm not going to tell you no. I'm not going to.
We appreciate honesty.
Exactly. But yeah, it's just insane when you start something like this kind of just out of the blue, and you get a couple downloads. Like, that's super cool. Like, I remember the first month I ever did the show, it was just like, holy shit, we made when we got to 100 downloads, it was like, it blew my mind. And now it's like we're hitting, we can hit double that in a week now.
Jurassic Park 3.
That's our YouTube channel. I got
a question.
YouTube one.
On our download numbers, excuse me, how many of those do you think are like, oh fuck, I didn't mean to download that?
Hey,
I mean, it doesn't matter, but I'm serious. Like,
that download.
Yeah, say it don't matter.
I mean, yeah, it really doesn't. I was just curious.
And listen, I want to shout out the top 5 countries that download our show, because I feel like I don't talk about that enough. So, of course, number 1 is the United States.
America, baby.
Number 2 is Saudi Arabia. Shout out Saudi Arabia.
Thank you for the oil. No, I'm serious. I like petrol. Keep it coming. Go ahead.
I like to drive my car. Number 3 is our friends up north in Canada.
Hey, really?
Canada.
The Canucks.
Number 4 is our Aussie friends.
Oh!
In the land down under. And then number 5 is our friends from across the pond over in the UK.
Hello, you industrious little people.
Sorry about the Queen.
Fair point. That's cool though. I didn't realize, like, what's our percentage? Do you have a percentage breakdown?
Oh, between the countries, it's like,
yeah,
it doesn't give me a percent. It doesn't give me it doesn't give me a percentage. It just gives me numbers.
Oh,
so it's a lot. Like, the United States is like the majority, but you have pretty significant downloads from these other countries. It's like, listen, now you get a couple from we had. I remember there was like one week where we had. Was it Serbia? We had like 40 downloads from Serbia. I was like, all right, cool. Thanks. That's
cool. Thank you, Serbia,
who listened to us. But yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just been a wild ride. Let's we can go over what our top shows are right now. Right now, the unanimous leader right now is our American Pie episode featuring the legend Dark Razard, who, if you guys hear, you put your earphones on, you can actually hear his beautiful tunes playing in the background as we speak right now.
That's what we got going on too.
Yeah.
Did you know if you put your ear up to a pair of pit vipers, you'll hear
Dark Razor's voice.
You just hear some music, like, oh.
But yeah, his the American Pie episode with that he joined us on is just killing it. We had
good times.
Oh, that was a great episode. Every episode that we've had a guest has been a blast. Having Dark on. We've had Dark on a couple times. Actually, I think Dark's been on this show 3 times. Once without you two.
Yeah, thanks, Parker. I just
what do you mean? That was the week I had to figure something out because you guys couldn't do it.
Us. I don't know. Were we on anniversary or something?
I don't remember. I just remember we couldn't do an episode, so I was like, I had to improvise. So I just decided to interview him.
It's probably vacation.
Yeah. Carry on. Sorry.
But no, I mean, we've had him on now 3 times. We had him on for American Pie and the Super Mario Brothers, which was 2 amazing episodes. We had Joe and Sean from Movie Dumpster on to talk about Anaconda, and we're definitely planning on bringing them back on to do something else. We're probably going to let them pick this time. we've had two Dustins in a row. You know, we've had Dustin from the Baron's Hideout podcast came on to talk about The House of the Devil. I always forget the name of that goddamn movie. And then we had Dustin from the Flicks and Friends podcast to talk about Behind the Mask, the Rise of Leslie Vernon, which I'm so sad that I forgot to buy the damn Blu-ray on Amazon. And then I went back on Amazon and it was like $40. And I was like, yeah, I fucking missed that opportunity.
Yep. Yeah. That happened to me too. I was like, oh, I got to order that.
But
what did I end up buying?
Side note, I did pick up two The Shining on 4K Blu-ray.
Nice.
Which we are definitely going to be covering very, very soon because this is a great movie. This was $14 on Amazon.
That's
the only thing I'm really mad about is there's some puncture wounds on the case.
Somebody's trying to eat
it.
Which pissed me off. But
somebody's dog tried to eat it.
The Blu-ray survived. And then I've been on a Guillermo del Toro kick, and I watched Crimson Peak on Netflix, and I really liked it. And I've been a big fan of Guillermo del Toro since Blade 2. And I think I asked it on Twitter of like what should be the next Guillermo del Toro movie I should watch, and people were just like Pan's Labyrinth. And I was like, all right. So I tried to see if it was on any of the streaming services. It wasn't. So I went online and I ended up picking the 4K Blu-ray of Pan's Labyrinth for, I think this was also like $14. So I was like, hell yeah. For deals like that, like some 4K Blu-rays are like $35, $40. Like if you were going to buy a Scream Factory Blu-ray right now.
Oh yeah.
They're great. The things that the Scream Factory puts into their Blu-rays are awesome. You know, all these brand new special features and all that. And then I just ordered another movie, which we're going to be covering soon, but I'm not telling you guys yet. You guys will find out on Sunday Sunday when we record our Predator episode with Boomer and Gabby of Podcast in the Woods, which is going to be a good time. As long as all of the audio and the video stuff works and we get that all figured out, it's going to be fun.
I'm curious when we record what the blood alcohol level is going to be at.
Have you listened to their show?
I did.
Yeah.
Today.
I'm on nights next week, so I'm like, maybe I'll have a cocktail or two while we talk about Predator.
there's
up there.
It's like there's like a 2-drink minimum, I'm pretty sure. So they're I'm just kidding. I've only listened to one, and Gabby was sloshed to fuck during the episode. Critters.
She's so fun to listen to. She goes into some pretty crazy rants, and it's very enjoyable to listen to because Boober kind of just sits back like, yep. And it's great. They're a Podcast in the Woods. If you don't listen to Podcast in the Woods, I highly recommend. It's a great horror podcast run by Boomer and Gabby. I'm very excited to bring them on. Like I said, though, God, I really hope Discord fucking works for us tomorrow and we don't have any freaking issues. That is my fear.
I have a very decent, I think a decent and appropriate comment to like lead that podcast off with.
Listen,
I've been thinking about it.
I believe they both listen to our podcast, so they know what they're coming into. That's my thing. When we invite guests, we always recommend, hey, at least listen to one of our episodes so you guys have an idea of what you're walking into. Because I don't want people to come onto our show and be uncomfortable because of maybe something we said. You know, we don't want to offend anybody, but it's like,
what about
things
me?
are going to happen.
You're married to me. You can't get offended.
Oh, I can.
No, I was gonna order the Blu-ray for Shivers because we talked about.
Yeah, I thought
it was on sale
too.
We talked about covering it at some point because that was actually one of the choices for our episode 69 episode.
Yeah, because it was about.
Why did I say episode twice? I don't know. Yeah. But you know what? American Pie is killing it, so I feel that was a great choice because I don't know.
It was a good time.
I don't know if it would have performed as well. I mean, listen, I think people, we got a lot of downloads just because of the fact that Dark was on it, and people love Dark Razard.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I just,
got
before,
that sexiness.
Yeah. So, our last live show was July 6th, and it's our third most downloaded episode ever. So, people like the live shows.
I guess. How many did the other ones do okay? Do we have more than one on there? I don't fucking keep up.
I couldn't tell you.
I'm
looking at our top 10 right now, and it's not there. but we got our top 10s right now. Everybody want to know is number 1 is American Pie featuring Dark Razor. Number 2 is The Batman. Number 3 is our Dissect That Film Live June of 2022. Number 4 is Terminator Dark Fate. Number 5 is Orphan. Number 6 is Super Mario Brothers, also featuring Dark Razor. Number 6 is, or no, did I already say 6? Number 7
I don't know.
is Terminator Judgment Day, Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Nice.
Number 7 is Terminator, Number 8 is Terminator Genesis.
Genesis.
Number 9 is Terminator Salvation. Like, it's just a bunch of Terminator. Fuck, man.
People like
So many
Terminator.
other good episodes.
We have to have those
so many
connections,
other
dude.
episodes. And then our rounding out our top 10 is our Anaconda episode featuring Movie Dumpster. So they made the top 10. Good job, guys.
Out of our whole top 10.
It was that running joke. It was that running joke.
Yes, it was. Three of those had guests, and 2 of them were Dark Razor.
Yep.
People love dark. People love dark.
Hey, Rudy, what's up, dude?
He's got the voice.
Rudy.
And the Vipers.
So happy you're here.
And the beard.
Rudy, one of our biggest supporters. One of our
Rudy.
very active listeners. Actually, he's one of our few fans that actually watches the show on our YouTube channel.
Oh boy.
I miss your comments on Rudy.
Yeah, get back on it, Rudy.
Yeah,
Come on.
We want comments. I like reading comments. No one leaves us comments.
I know.
I'm always even looking for the bad ones. Remember the bad one we got on Batman Returns that I told you guys about?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was all
because
Justin
of our sexist comments.
It was all Justin from Epic Film Guy's fault.
We're just blaming everybody else but us.
No,
that's the American way.
I'm just kidding. That was another great episode. I can't wait to bring Justin back on. We've been trying to work things out. Things have just not been falling into place. But Justin is gonna be coming back on the show. I have been reaching out to other people to guest on the show. I'm not going to announce who we've had on or who we're going to be bringing on, except for I can talk about. You good?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just got to take a poop.
No,
I'm just kidding.
We got to fix our fan. It is very, very hot. I'm sweating.
Oh, yeah, fix it.
I'm very uncomfortable at this point in time.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, tits.
Well, you can turn it down. Just
no.
Man.
It just needs to point this direction. Ooh.
Damn it.
Everything. Sweaty.
Yeah, I've been reaching out to a bunch of people about coming on the show to guest.
And, sorry, go ahead.
So like I said, we have Boomer and Gabby from Podcast in the Woods joining us for tomorrow. We record on Sundays, release our episodes the following Friday, So we have those two coming on tomorrow to record with us, and then next Sunday we're gonna have a friend of the show, Wyatt from Cinema Trip Reviews, to cover a movie, but I'm not going to tell them what it is until tomorrow because I'm actually getting hopefully I'll have the Blu-ray. Well, not tomorrow. Why do I think today is Saturday? I feel like today is Saturday. I want it to be Saturday because then I don't have to go to work tomorrow. But it's not, and I have to go to work.
I don't have to go to work tomorrow either, but that just means I'd have to go to work Monday.
Yeah. But I'm hoping that the Blu-ray for the movie we're covering the week after will be here on Sunday so I can show you guys when we announce what we're doing.
But I need to buy it. I want to buy the things. Fuck.
Well, do you want me to tell you what it is?
No.
You
Keep it surprise.
buy things.
I want the anticipation.
Okay.
I swear to God, it better not be Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'll fucking leave.
No.
Yeah.
No, we promised. We promised.
I went to
Darren,
cover that, and I'm not here.
You're gonna be.
I thought Darren isn't Darren from Nostalgia Cast gonna come back on to cover that?
Yeah,
one?
he wants. If dude, I'm just gonna make a cardboard cutout of me and just sit it right here and just leave.
Come on, Dan. You'll have listen. I'm not a big musical guy either, and to be honest, I am not the biggest Rocky Horror Picture Show fan. But if it's for the show, I'm down for it.
Listen, dude, if we're like, all right, guys, we're about to break that 1 million download, but to do it, we got to suck dick on air. Like, I'm not going to be like, dude, it's for the show. Like, I'm just going to be honest.
Why did we resort to that?
Yeah, you got to get that 1 million view, dude. Holes is
Listen,
holes.
1 million. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine if you like it. I've seen it, and I just fucking don't like that movie. I think it's just not for me. I understand why people like it. It's like an event,
Rudy
like everybody
likes it.
dresses up, and I get that. It's just not for me. I'm not that. I like
the songs, and I love Tim Curry.
I can sing the songs.
I love Tim
mad.
Curry. Curry. I love him too, but I want somebody to tell him to stop eating the sesame cake. All right, that's all I want.
Wait,
watch Congo. Watch Congo.
Oh, we're gonna cover
eating
Congo.
the sesame cake, which has Tim Curry in it.
Isn't that the word he walks in and it's the game warden or something? He's got cake on his thing and he just
starts
slowly eating it. Stop eating the sesame cake.
Yep. That's the one. That's the one.
Oh man, so good. Yeah, so as we talked about before, we're gonna be covering Predator this week for episode 79, which is crazy. We're 2 episodes away from episode 80, which is just mind-blowing to think about.
We haven't planned for episode 100 yet, like without telling us.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, fair enough.
It's gotta be something epic.
I am the worst at planning things. I don't know what I'm like. The only thing in my head is we still have 20 weeks. 20 weeks before we hit that. So I got 20 weeks. At least I'll give myself 17 weeks or 18 weeks to figure whatever the hell we're gonna do.
We'll be recording week 19, and he'll be like, "Shit, I still don't know what we're recording."
What are we
It'll be
doing?
like the day before, like I don't know what to do. And it'll just hit him in the middle of the night. What like fucking emergency watch the movie?
Like, wake up!
I don't know.
Gotta watch it now.
Get up, bitch! You're my new best friend. What? Really? You going to the zoo? I'm sorry. That's a fucking basketball reference. Nobody will ever get that.
Oh god.
More than a quarter year. Depends on how you look at it.
It's crazy stuff. Will that be Pat? I wonder if that's past our 2-year anniversary.
It'll be close. It's got to be close.
Yeah. I got to plan for that too. So many things to plan on.
When is it? April?
Yeah. End of April is our anniversary.
Dude, it'll be right there because it's 5 months.
Yeah.
5 months is 20 weeks. That's April.
Do something big.
Let's just compound this issue.
Well, hopefully.
I know we broke Parker. He's just
I'm trying to think.
No.
My brain is like broken right now. No, well, I mean, hopefully when we do our live stream for our 2-year anniversary, I actually hit record so I can actually, people who weren't at the show can actually see what we did, because I'm still so sad that only the people that were at the show live saw what happened. It was such a great show too. But then I set up I set up OBS so that when I hit start streaming, it automatically records what I'm doing, which makes everything so much better. I really hate being congested. It is the worst when you're trying to talk because you can't breathe.
Yes.
Yeah, streaming is hard. That's why I don't do it anymore.
It is.
Some buttons do the stuff, and other buttons are just like, why are you here?
And sometimes you do the same thing you always do, and it still fucks up. Just because it wants to. It's like, why not?
Last week.
Computers don't make mistakes. My dick, they don't.
Oh, mine hates me. Mine turns on like it's from 1999. I gotta hit the button on the top, and then I gotta walk away for 30 minutes and wait for it to boot up.
He just said, my dick, it does. He's like...
And his dick turns on like it's 1999. So you hear that...
Yeah.
Like the crackling of the processor, that little like click mechanism to it. Then it just starts, your dick starts playing Snake. Like, what the fuck's going on? Is it a Nokia
I don't know what's
phone?
happening. What is happening right now? It's wild.
We're talking about snakes. Damn it, Park.
It was right after you said that.
I don't know what's happening right now.
Do we ever?
So we have our next couple episodes planned, and then I'm hoping we can get a couple more guests on for the end of this month. And then we will be doing our second year of favorite Christmas or holiday movies in December. We all have our movies picked out. We're not going to announce them yet, but we do have our movies picked out. And then I probably am going to look into bringing someone in to pick a fourth one since there's usually 4 weeks to a month. or we'll just all decide on a holiday movie to cover. And then next year, 2023, is when shit's going to be going crazy.
I agree. Are we gonna possibly tease doing a fresh cut of Deadly Night?
I'd like to.
I want to see that.
Yeah. No, I'm going to see it. And if we all see it, then absolutely. It's all about like making sure we all can see the movie. I don't want to cover something of just like, as much as I don't mind doing episodes about myself, I'd rather do it with you guys.
They're advertising on the sign out in front of our theater, so I think they're going to be getting it.
Yeah, for fresh cuts. So we did talk about it in our episode that dropped today. We are, if you guys didn't know, our newest episode is out, episode 78, which is The Faculty, which was such a fun movie to talk about. We talked about some of the fresh cuts we're going to be covering. So for this week, we're going to be talking about Wendell and Wild, which is on Netflix, that I swear no one is talking about, and it's really disappointing. And then the week after, we're going to be, I'm hoping we can get a recording in before the week, just depending on when we all see it, but we're going to be covering Wakanda Forever. So that'll either be out the week after we cover Wendell and Wild, or the week after that, just depending. It's all depending on my work schedule and when we're all able to see it.
Yeah, I won't be able to see Wakanda opening week. It'll have to be the week after.
Yeah, so they'll just be 1 week without a fresh cuts, which is fine. I don't care about releasing fresh cuts every week. That's kind of just something that we just kind of decide on when a movie comes out that we want to all talk about. Like we just covered Black Adam, which was, I wish better. I didn't really enjoy talking about that movie, but
it's already come out.
It's out there.
Cut, or is it?
Yeah, that came out Wednesday.
Oh.
So this coming week.
Sure.
So Monday, I'm going to be uploading this live show on Monday, and then Wednesday will be Wendell and Wild, fresh cut, and then Friday will be our Predator episode for the podcast.
Literally just fucking blank. When are we doing the Wendell and Wild one?
Tuesday. We're going to record on Tuesday. It'll release on Wednesday.
So yeah, we'll try to sneak that in sometime over the weekend.
We got it.
And we can. We watched We just got to watch Predator. Like all of our kids bailed on us. I was like, what kind of children are these?
Yeah, you got one that
bailed on you while you're watching Predator?
Exactly.
Minutes, and then he's gone. Then everybody just
like, oh,
Ridley's like
too much sweaty people. Too much.
I know, right? Dude, it was awesome sweat. They're like sweating fuel and nitroglycerin. Like everything's blowing up. Anyway, so like it was the scene in the village. It's not a spoiler. This fucking movie's like a billion years old. But anyway, it was during like all this gunfire is going up. Our youngest son sitting at the table, and he's like, "Is there a war going on?" He's like turns around and starts watching it, and he's like, "What are you watching?" I was like, "Predators." I was like, "Watching Predator," and he's like, "Cool," and then just walks away. I was like, "What the?" I was like, "It's."
He had his candy and his Switch. He wasn't sticking around.
It's painless. I was like, it's painless. Just walks off.
That's funny.
Like, enough of you. Get out. And then my son's like, our eldest's like watching a little bit and then runs off. What'd I miss? Oh, just the whole damn movie. He just vanishes for the whole movie. Sorry. How come you have interest in films and not sit down and watch them? I was like, what the hell? Kids these days. God.
But remember, he knows everything because he watches.
I had to explain to him, you could watch
on YouTube
reviews or videos about a movie, but it is not the same as watching the movie.
Oh, absolutely. So, I've watched a couple movies that have nothing to do with the show. If anyone is interested and anyone has Letterboxd, Dissect That Film has a Letterboxd. Of course, it's run by me, as is the Twitter page, the Instagram, the Facebook.
Everything
is run by me.
We're just here.
Yeah, we don't do shit.
And that's how I want it to be. I don't want you guys to do it. I want you guys just to be here to have fun, talk to me, and not have to stress out about all the shit I have to do.
Sit there and be worthless until I need you. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Sit you up on a shelf.
Yeah.
But I figure I'd talk about some of the movies, kind of just in have little conversations about some of the movies that I've seen. If I can figure out how the hell to work this shit. So of course, on Halloween, I rewatched both the 1978 Halloween and the 2018 Halloween, which the 1978 Halloween is a perfect horror movie, perfect slasher. That got a 5-star out of me. I mean, what's not to love about the original Halloween? And then 2018 Halloween, I gave a 4 out of 5 stars because the 2018 Halloween is probably top 3 for me in the Halloween franchise. With Halloween 78 being number 1, and I would probably, what I put at number 2? That's tough, actually. Nah, it'd probably be like 2.
Resurrection.
Fuck no, man. Listen, Ends was bad, but it's still, to me, not as bad as fucking Resurrection. That movie is absolute dog shit.
No Trick or Treat, motherfucker.
No. Listen, people are like, oh, Busta Rhymes. No, shut the fuck up. Busta Rhymes is dumb.
The best thing Busta Rhymes that I have seen is that episode of Space Ghost Coast to Coast with a gas pipe breaks and they start sucking on the pipes and everybody gets high. That's the best fucking episode. The best thing he's ever done in my opinion.
I saw Matriarch. There's a Hulu movie. What? What are you laughing at?
No, I'm just thinking to myself. You've done nothing wrong.
You can't do that because then you think you're laughing at me.
No, I'm sorry. I'm having a moment. I'm having an episode.
I watched a Hulu original movie called Matriarch, which was fucking weird. It was like a movie about a woman who has like drug issues, and then she in order to make herself figure out how she survived an overdose, she goes back to her little village she grew up in. It's all set in the UK. Okay. And then they find out that some weird demon shit's going on there. It's weird as fuck. It's 85 minutes long, so it's a really, really short movie. But it's an odd one. It's not great, but I do recommend if you have 85 minutes to spend, watch this movie just to be so you can. I just want to hear people's reactions to this weird ass movie. Like I said, I watched Wendell Wild the first day it came out. I'm not going to share my views on it now. I watched Del Toro's Crimson Peak, which I actually really liked. Tom Hiddleston, Mia Wasikowska. She was in Alice in Wonderland. She played Alice.
Oh, okay.
And Jessica Chastain with a really bad British accent.
I wouldn't take it any other way.
I watched a movie. I'm going back a little bit too. I watched The Funhouse from 1981 because a podcast I listened to was covering it. And I was like, I have never seen this movie. It was on Peacock, so I gave it a watch. It's fucking crazy. It's directed by Tobe Hooper, who directed Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's a fucking movie. It's an experience. I definitely recommend it for anybody who's into old 80s slashers. I watched She-Hulk because I watch all those fucking shows.
I'm sorry.
I watched a movie on Netflix starring Sandra Oh called Uma. Wasn't good. I watched Werewolf by.
I like her.
Yeah, I do too, but it wasn't good. Even she wasn't very good in it. It was kind of disappointing. I watched Werewolf by Night, the Marvel. Did you guys see that?
Yes, we did.
That was really good.
Yes, it was.
I gave that one a 4 stars. Did you guys see the new Hellraiser?
No, not yet. We haven't.
Okay.
We need to watch the original one because she hasn't seen it yet. And it's been a long time for me.
And we've done fresh cuts on. We did a fresh cut on Hocus Pocus 2, so you guys know how I feel about that stupid ass movie. Smile. We did a fresh cuts on, and then I think I'd mentioned the Munsters in one of the reviews we did. I just kind of a little short thing. It wasn't good. And then we just released our fresh cut on Black Adam, and you guys can hear the just sheer anger that comes out of me. I was probably a little too harsh on that movie, and mostly I think I was a little too harsh on one of the actors, but I feel he just really deserved it. And I've listened to other podcasts talk about Black Adam, and they point out the same fucking person, and I'm just like, I'm not the only one.
Yep. Oh, you're not.
But theater experiences. I mean, we're gonna go see Wakanda Forever next week, which I'm very excited about. I hope
this is literally
like this and like Guardians 3 are like the two Marvel movies I'm like super pumped to go see. And I think that comes out in February of next year.
Sure.
And then The Fabelmans is another movie I'm really excited about because it's a fictional biopic about like it's Steven Spielberg's life, but it's fictional. And it's directed by Steven Spielberg. So of course I'm excited to see it because anything that man touches, I want to see. Except for I'm not a musical guy, so I did not see West Side Story. I'll admit to that. I'm not a big fan of musicals and really never had any interest to see the original, so didn't really care to see this one.
Yeah. We watched some movies as well, but we want you to finish your.
No, go ahead. Share with us what you've been watching.
So over the past few months, I actually just downloaded Letterboxd while we were here because I keep forgetting, and I would never remember the fucking movies I've watched. It's infuriating because my memory's shit. Especially over the holidays, like Halloween, we watched quite a bit. We started watching some of the older Hammer horror films.
Ooh, very nice, very nice.
We started with the first Frankenstein.
Yes.
Which was okay. Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, because they were in all of those fucking movies. First Frankenstein was fine. I can't remember. There's a name. Frankenstein Returns, though, some shit like that. I don't know.
Because Peter Cushing plays Dr. Frankenstein, right?
Yes, Peter Cushing plays Dr. Frankenstein.
Does Christopher Lee play Dracula in it, or does he play Frankenstein's monster?
I'm pretty sure he plays Frankenstein's monster. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he does. And then we watched The Mummy, which I was in and out of. I didn't see all of it.
Like the Brendan... Oh,
no,
the original...
Horror.
Oh.
I mean, the Hammer horror one.
Oh.
So like we were like kind of going in order watching them. And that was okay. Again, it was a fine movie. It was Peter Cushing was playing like the lead protagonist. And then we watched the first Dracula Hammer film, which was one of my favorite interpretations of Dracula I saw.
Oh, Christopher Lee.
Because of course Christopher Lee's a fucking badass as Dracula. And then
was it that one?
Yeah, Prince of Darkness is first, and Curse of Frankenstein was the first Frankenstein.
Oh,
so it was Dracula, Prince of Darkness, and it was a different interpretation, but I really that one just really grabbed me, and Peter Cushing was Dr. Van Helsing.
Oh,
and Michael Gough was in it.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard that.
Michael.
I heard that he was in a lot of those old Hammer movies.
I didn't notice him until this one. I was like, God, that guy looks familiar. I was like, it's fucking Michael Gough. And I told Angela, she's like, what? I was like, it is Alfred.
It's a young Alfred.
He was so young.
He was young, yeah. He was 40 when that movie came out.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, Christopher Lee, he wasn't, he was young too.
Yeah, he wasn't a spring chicken
No,
either.
I think Peter Cushing was like the oldest guy there because he died, I think in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Maybe earlier than that.
We watched all three of those. Those were great. We went back and watched Halloween 2. Which I had not seen all of in a long time.
The original Halloween 2?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Yes.
I pulled that up. I pulled that up, and it was kind of in the background. But I just remember the very synthy Halloween score they did for John Carpenter does for that one. I was like, I don't remember the fucking theme being like this, but I'm down with it.
Yeah, we haven't made it around to Halloween 3. We will, but it was good to watch too. Like I said, I hadn't seen it in a while. And it was a pretty good movie. Obviously, it reminds me a lot of beats from that seem to have been pulled for Halloween Kills, like the whole hospital setting and stuff like that. Except doing it differently and nobody, yelling about evil dying tonight. My God. But anyway, I just gotta remember. But I like how it takes place during the same night. Like they kept that continuity, which was good.
Yeah, because I hadn't seen it. I hadn't seen it before, so that.
Yeah, so I thought it was all right. It wasn't bad for just a follow-up slasher movie,
That was Dick Warlock was Michael in Halloween 2. That's why
Dick Warlock.
That's the name of the actor who played Michael in Halloween 2. I'm not kidding.
That is a glorious fucking name.
He's famous for being a stuntman in Hollywood. Well, yeah, Nick Castle was Michael in Halloween, in the original Halloween. Because he was like he's like best friends with John Carpenter. It was literally one of those moments where John Carpenter went up to him one day and was like, "Hey, you want to play the guy who wears the mask?" And he was like, but I've never acted before. He's like, you're just walking around. He's like, okay.
Yeah. Hey, it worked. I mean, he got work later on in life.
Yeah.
I don't know what he did after Halloween.
Well, he did a lot. He actually directed a couple movies too. But he did come back to play. He did come back to play Michael in the newer ones alongside Jai. Was it Jai Jude Courtney? Or no, not Jai. Is it James Jude Courtney? I think it's James Jude Courtney. I'm thinking I know something Jai like Courtney and Jay Jude Courtney. Oh no.
Yeah, that's fine.
They comboed on Michael in the newer trilogy.
Yeah. So what else did we watch?
We watched American Werewolf in London.
We watched American Werewolf in London, but I've sucked that movie's dick on the podcast. We haven't covered it, but I've talked about it. It's a fucking phenomenal movie. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. It's probably one of the best werewolf movies I've seen. Again, we mentioned our liking Werewolf by Night. Was probably one of the best recent Marvel things they've done. And Ted is a badass. We also watched the original Nightmare on Elm Street again.
Oh,
not long ago.
I haven't seen it. I haven't watched the movie in a long time, but I do have I think I have all of them on DVD. I have a 4-pack. That's the first 4, and then I have the others. And I've had those since I was a kid.
We didn't finish it.
We did. Yeah, we did. Remember she gets pulled through the door?
Oh yeah, we did. We did the next.
Yeah,
when the blow up doll gets pulled through the door. Yeah,
I love it.
But we were because we had to stop because the kids came upstairs because they were downstairs playing. We're like, what's their? They came home. We're like, oh, let's just watch something. They came home like, oh, we'll finish it later.
Have you guys ever seen the remake?
No, not yet. Getting to it. I've heard not great things. We're getting to it. Trying to think what else. And yesterday, I will mention this because it's somewhat relevant. It is relevant. Yesterday was Godzilla's 68th birthday.
Yep.
So there were 2 new short films that were released. Was Godzilla versus Gigan Rex, and it was a CG animated short. And then it was Godzilla Fest 3: The Return of Gigan. And this is only for super nerds that give a shit. But a special effects artist that I actually follow and have had some conversations with, really cool guy, actually remade the Gigan suit from 1972 completely brand new. Like he took all reference materials and made a brand new one, and it was live action on this. It was dope as fuck. And then I watched Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla for the 8 trillionth time, but I still fucking love it.
Yeah. And hopefully you all listen to our episodes that we've done in the past where we talked about Godzilla. I mean, it might not have been any of the Godzilla movies you just talked about, but we have covered Godzilla 2014. We've covered Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla vs. Kong, which are some of not the most popular Godzilla films in like the history of Godzilla, but we started off with the MonsterVerse, and that's kind of what we get. And we've covered Shin Godzilla, which was our one and only foreign film we've ever covered on the show, but that will change. As I'm hoping like I said, I just got Pan's Labyrinth. I would love to cover that movie on the show at some point.
Oh, one more movie I forgot about. I'm sorry. We watched Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yes.
2019. Have you seen that?
Yes.
I thought it was a pretty good movie. I was surprised.
I thought it was fine. It definitely had its scary moments, but I think there was a lot of things they could have done differently. But the stories, I remember reading the books as a kid, and they're terrifying.
Same. That's why I was like, oh, I remember this story.
We were telling our kids, they're like, yeah, this is scary stories that we've read when we were kids. Definitely scarier than we probably should have been reading.
Oh yeah. I remember this fight in the elementary school library. Like, why is this in here?
Yeah, it wasn't even just the stories; it was the illustrations. You're like, oh my god, this is
thing that's. Oh, go ahead.
No.
Yeah, like the thing I hate about it is they reissue those stories, but they redid all the art in them. And they're not.
Why? That's what's
cool.
That's so. I wish I knew where my original copies were. I think I owned them as a kid, but I can't remember.
It's one of the few books like that, like novellas, like short story books that I actually remember reading as a kid because I'm not much of a book reader. Unga bunga bumba, whatever. Anyway, all
right.
What about movies coming up? Is there any within relatively short that you want to see?
That I want to see? Oh man,
maybe not just for the show, but just.
Does it have to be like something that's coming out, or like just things that I've been wanting to watch?
It's just stuff coming out, new stuff.
Oh, let me look and see what's coming out.
I got one because it popped up, and you know how I love my giant monster movies. There's one that got teased on Net a couple days ago or yesterday even. It was a trailer for a Norwegian, Scandinavian kaiju film.
The one that we watched.
You watched the trailer for. It's called Troll.
I saw some stuff on that.
Yeah, it's coming out, I think, December 1st. It's very reminiscent to me. Of course, it seems some of the shots, people pointed out they borrowed some stuff from like some of the Kong movies, but it's about a giant troll, giant rock monster kind of troll golem thing.
Yeah.
Not like Precious Ring Golem, but like Stone Golem, But it looks really, the CG looks pretty good. I think it's going to be a fun giant monster movie. It reminded me, I told my wife this and I told my dad this. It reminds me of some of the older giant creature films from like the 50s and 60s. Not how it's shot, but like Attack the 50-Foot Woman. What was it? Damn it. Attack of the Colossal Beast. Shit like that. Like that's what it reminds me of. It's just neat. It's just neat.
More giant.
Well, no, it's all CG, but it's just how it's shot.
This could happen, like not Hey Lizard, not necessarily Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, but
I like Hey Lizard. I like it. Listen, the giant snail from the monster that challenged the world. It's great.
The giant snail from Dr. Dolittle.
You never know; it could happen.
From the original Dr. Dolittle from 1968.
No, I'm good. I don't want to talk about that.
I loved the original Dr. Dolittle from the 60s when I was a kid. I had it on VHS. My mom loved that movie too, so we used to watch it together. I remember watching it a couple years ago and I was like, how did I make it through this movie? This movie's like 3 hours long.
Is it?
Holy
that old?
Fuck, man. And it is so slow. Nothing happens in it. I'm like, how did I enjoy this as a kid? It's wild.
I don't know.
I mean, less like aliens, like Gigan.
Yeah.
And
I like giant robot space chicken.
Listen, I know I'm going to be one of the few people, and I think a lot of people are just complaining for no fucking reason. But I am excited to see how Avatar: The Shape of Water, or The Way of Water, whatever it's called, it turns out. Because, listen, people are so up in arms about this movie because the fact that, the first one is so overrated. It's like, well, clearly not, because this movie made $1 billion or more. It's like $2 billion at the box office. So, like, was it really, like, not that great? I thought it was pretty good. I haven't seen it in years, but like, we're talking about James Cameron. Like, has James Cameron ever made a bad movie?
Piranha 2.
Yeah, which he was his first film, and he got fired off of it, and then ended up making Terminator, and then just kept making fucking banger movies like
there you go.
Terminator, Aliens, Terminator 2, The Abyss, True Lies, Titanic, like some of the biggest films of all time. But people are just sitting there like, oh, it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be a flop. Like, no, it's not. Absolutely not. It is not gonna be a flop. James Cameron's name is attached to it, and people are like me right now. They're like anticipating. They're like, what is this gonna be like? I wonder. I think the fact that it's gonna be 3 hours, people are kind of turned off on. But guess what, Dan? You're gonna have to see it because we're gonna cover it on the show.
Let's see shit.
So it's Avatar: The Way of Water.
I really don't get.
So Avatar 3 is in post-production. Avatar 4 is filmed. Avatar 4 and 5 are both filming. It on IMDb they are both filming. Like, what?
The thing is,
the second one hasn't even come out.
The thing is, I just don't give a shit. Like, it does not interest me. I don't care about, no offense, touchy-feely aliens from outer space, or go on a different planet, Fern Gully, don't ruin our planet or change our way of life. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't fucking care. That's not the kind of movie I'm into.
Don't you dare put down Fern Gully.
Listen, the only reason people like that is because Tim Curry and Robin Williams, that was before he was big fucking ticket. He recorded that movie either immediately after Aladdin, before Aladdin came out, or right before it. That's the only reason they got him for so fucking cheap.
You shush. Fern Gully was
it's a movie I don't like fucking care about.
Yes, I like Fern Gully because of Tim Curry and...
That's fine. But it's like, dude, you should go... This is my analogy. Dude, you should go watch Dances with Wolves. That's a good movie. It probably is a good movie. Yeah. I don't give two shits about it.
You've never seen it?
Why would I?
It's good!
Does it scream like, Dan, that's the movie for him?
Well, I guess I know what we're watching in the next few weeks.
Yeah, I ain't watching. I don't give a fuck about it.
Dancing with Wolves was awesome.
I'm sure it is, but I don't
I've never
care.
seen
It is
it.
a genre that I don't give a shit about. That's why I don't care.
I've never.
That was one of those movies I watched over and over as a kid.
I have never seen it, and it's been one of those movies where I've never been like, I really want to sit down and watch Dances with Wolves. It just.
We had it on VHS.
Listen, this is along the line of what I talked about. Titanic, don't give a fuck about that movie. I don't care.
First time I watched that, Buffy covered my eyes and fast forwarded to
the titty parts?
I was the person watching it for the Titanic parts, like the actual things to do with the ship.
Me.
Because I was obsessed
That was me.
Studying and reading up on the Titanic.
Yeah.
Like I was obsessed.
One over here.
When I found out that it was discovered, I think on my birthday, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they got
Let's
one
go.
over here.
Yeah, we got one down the road.
You just
We
got
can
the
just
Titanic down the road.
Yeah, they have a Titanic thing. It's like a scale-ish Titanic. You can.
Is it like it's like half the ship, right? It's like a museum.
I wish they let you float on a raft in frigid water. I don't understand the problem.
They let you put your hands in the same temperature water.
Put my dick in that water.
It's going right into
You'd get kicked out.
That shit will shrivel up like a stack of dimes.
Other movies I'm excited for, just going through things like I really want to see how the Super Mario Brothers movie turns out.
Yes.
It is. I mean, it's animated, and people are again, another thing that people just won't shut the fuck up about is fucking Chris Pratt's voice. It's just Chris Pratt. We heard 2 seconds of his voice in the trailer. Shut the fuck up, and let's move on. All right, because it's probably going to be fucking good. Shut your mouths.
It's like if you heard a 5-second sample of a song and you're like, "That's a bad song."
I can't stand. Like, it was a 5-second clip, if that, of him saying like 5 words.
I got something to talk about when we're done. Remind me, dear.
All right, we're winding down
And
because we just hit an hour on this. I didn't want to go too long on that. The new Transformers that's coming out. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with that. It's what the hell is the
I don't know anything about it.
Rise of the Beasts.
Oh yeah.
The only thing that's upsetting to me is that Michael Bay is still attached as an executive producer, but hopefully he doesn't mess with anything else.
Well, he was on Bumblebee, wasn't he?
Yeah, and that has actually turned out pretty good. I'm excited for Ant-Man and Guardians, of course. I'm interested to see what Aquaman's going to turn out like, the second Aquaman. You got the new Shazam. You got the Marvels. You got Kraven the Hunter movie coming out.
Oh, that would be good.
The Meg is getting a sequel. If anybody remembers the Meg? Yeah. Listen, there's like 5 books, I think.
Really?
For the Meg? Yeah, I read the first one. It's actually pretty good. But I guess you got the prequel to the Hunger Games coming out. You got Indiana Jones 5, Fast and Furious 10.
Oh boy.
Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1, Dune Part 2, Barbie, Haunted Mansion. They got a Willy Wonka prequel coming out with Timothée Chalamet. You got Evil Dead Rise coming out, which is a sequel to the 2013 Evil Dead.
Did they release the trailer for that, or was that just a teaser?
No, it was just a still
of
one of the Deadites, I think. But yeah, there's a lot. There's really not a movie out there right now that I'm just like super like pumped to see. I like going to the theater, even though my Black Adam experience was really fucking annoying. But I don't know. Sometimes I just rather sit on my couch and just watch movies. Just go on Shudder or Netflix or whatever and just find some movies to watch. But nothing's really like in my face. Like, man, I can't wait. I'm so excited. And I hate that.
I know.
That's why I like the way we do the show where we talk about movies that have been out for a while. Kind of reappreciating classics.
Luckily, there's 8 trillion movies, so we'll never run out of good stuff to talk about.
Exactly.
Or questionable stuff to talk about.
Yeah. All right. I don't know what else. You guys got anything to add before we end this?
I did, but I forgot. I'm ashamed. Not really. Just go watch more movies. should try to watch.
Oh, actually, before we go, I want to show off my shirt. So I bought this beautiful Fangoria shirt because I signed the show up to be affiliated, to get a affiliation with them, and we got it. So now if you go to fangoria.com/dissectthatfilm and use our code dissectthatfilm at checkout, when you either get a brand new subscription to the magazines or to any of their merchandise, you get 20% off, which is pretty cool. We didn't
know anything about this.
No, I didn't tell him. I'm telling him right now.
Parker doesn't share things.
Parker's like, hey, check this out.
Well, now you guys know.
It's cool. It's pretty dope. It is pretty dope. Fangoria is a cool thing.
And yes, I will admit, it is an affiliation, meaning we are not sponsored by them. I had to buy this shirt because a lot of people all up in arms. This is why I hate the streaming side of things, is people love to just say they're sponsored by somebody. It's like, no, I'm not sponsored. We're affiliated with them. Still had to buy this, but you do get cool. We do get perks if people use our code.
You get the perks.
You guys get the percentage off when you guys buy anything over there. I'm gonna probably make a slight ad that I'm gonna put into our episodes at some point. And there's a couple other things that I gotta work on too for different little ads. But I thought I'd share that. The shirt's actually really cool. It's all made up of body parts. It says Fangoria on it.
That's cool.
I like it. It's pretty cool. I was wondering. I was like, I haven't seen that shirt before, but
you should see the shirt that I got coming in. I am so excited. It has nothing to do with Fangoria or anything, but it was a shirt that popped. It's one of those things that pops up on your fucking Instagram as an ad, and it's like, oh, look at this brand new shirt. It's a limited edition. Better get yours while it lasts. And it's like, motherfucker, I can't say no.
Editions.
Damn you!
Why do you do this to me? Why have you forsaken me?
So I just want to say thank you to everybody who downloads the show, who watches the show on YouTube, who shares our show on social media between Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. It's awesome that the podcasting community is so supportive of each other. When just know, because I know certain people will say if you're oversharing or something like that, it's more for clout reasons. No, when I share other people's episodes, it's because I generally want to support those people, even if I can't listen to their shows, because like I said, there's a fucking million podcasts out there, but I want to make sure people are, if something that people are interested in, they should take a look at it. And of course, shows that I listen to on the regular, I want to show people how awesome they are. I like to, I always share the guys over at Movie Dumpster, Epic Film Guys / Brain Stew, our Flicks and Friends, Baron's Hideout podcast, all the people who have been on the show, and even people who I'd like to get on the show, Podcasts in the Woods and all that stuff. I'd love to share all their stuff because I want people to watch their shows as well. But thank you to everybody who listens to us, and because sometimes I wonder why. Why do you listen to us just ramble on? There's no order over here. It's all just chaos. And to be honest, yeah, it's just, we want to be different. We don't want to be, when I listen to somebody's show and they are very organized, or they have a lot more facts on certain things, that's awesome. And that's great that they do that. And, in my head, I'm like, oh, maybe I should, put a little bit more effort into researching movies. So I'm like, nah, fuck that. We're almost 80 episodes into this. Why do I want to put that much extra work and be like that other podcast when I just want to be we want to be different. So as different as we can be, even though we do something that a lot of podcasts do as well. But, we appreciate everybody who listens to the show, watches the show, shares the show. We appreciate you so much. And we wouldn't do this without the support of you guys, because we don't do this for money. We do this because we enjoy it a lot. And hopefully, down the road, we can turn this into something a little bit different, and, bring in some stuff to help improve the podcast, and, especially equipment wise and stuff like that. And, especially when we have to rent movies that we don't own, and it's a certain certain things that we do that would help if we got some money coming in. But right now it's all about the passion. It's all about just enjoying it. And definitely want a huge thanks always goes to Dan and Angela for being here every week, to always answering, asking them to do things, and they're always willing to do it. And I couldn't thank them enough for agreeing to help me out here and be amazing co-hosts and bringing the energy every week.
Try to. We appreciate you asking us, keeping us around.
Absolutely.
At least until you find somebody better, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'm scouting. No.
Move on up.
No, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, I would love to at some point maybe bring a fourth person in if somebody was interested to kind of have that panel. I think that would be cool. I mean, that's not something I'm actively looking for right now, but it's definitely one of those things where, like, even if it was like just like a temporary guest, like somebody who's on a lot more than everybody else, like somebody who would want to be on the show a lot more, like, that's cool for down the road. I'm going to say it every single time. Yes, a Patreon is coming at some point. We are trying to figure out what we want to do with it, the shows or the content we want to do with it, and also just the fact of, like, what will we have time to do between what we already do now? Because what we already do takes up enough time, and then adding that onto our plate just adds on more time. So it's all about time and figuring out what we're going to do, because we want to make sure that when you guys are paying for the Patreon content, that it's worth your money. We don't want to be taking your money and giving you trash. So, all right, I'm tired. My mouth is very parched, even though I have my water.
Drink more water.
Hopefully I feel a little bit better by Sunday when we sit down with Boomer and Gabby of Podcasts in the Woods to talk about Predator. I'm very excited about that. Thank you, everybody, for being here, for everybody who's in the chat, and then or anyone who is listening to us on Monday when we put this out, and you're wondering what the hell you just listened to for the last hour and 11 minutes. You're like, man, they're just rambling. Yep, that's what a live show is. There's no order.
That's what we do.
Why have order here, too? No.
Yeah, it's like there's no order anywhere else. What the fuck are you talking about?
Let's shoot for 10,000 downloads by 2023. We can do it. We can do it. So we're only 2,500 downloads away from the big 10K, which is just mind-blowing. So we can do it. That's our goal. That's the goal I'm going to put at the end of this episode. 10,000 downloads by the end of 2022. We can do this, guys. Thank you so much, everybody. Rudy, thank you so much for being in the chat. DNA Gaming. Oh, wait, you're right there. Hey!
Hey! We're still
and everybody
here.
who's just sitting there, or everybody who's watching, appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And until next time, everybody, I am Brett Parker. That is Dan and Angela of DNA Gaming. We are Dissect That Film. And this has been Dissect That Film Live. We'll see y'all again next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.